How's it going? We're on the beaches again. Part 2 of the Daiwa 7HT Millionaire test. I've trimmed back the leaders because they were too long in the last one. I left them long on purpose, just so yeah, it didn't go too fast in the beginning until I was sure what was going on. So I've cut back the leaders. Yeah, and we're ready to go. That's what we are. We're ready to go. So the baits today are lugworm and squid. Frozen lug, frozen squid, which is kind of good about the squid anyway, because there's a whole lot of cuttlefish bones up on the beach, and yeah, that means there should be some cuttlefish bodies in the water, I hope, anyway. So let's get the second rod baited up and out there. So a little bit about the tackle, as usual. Sonics, already done the reels. The rigs are the pulley paternoster and a new one I've come up with, which is a pulley one down. We'll see if it works or not. I'll give you a look at it now. So this is it here, right? So it's got one down, it's got a relay clip there, and the top's a pulley. So it's like the other one. Maybe it tangles, maybe it doesn't. This is what it's all about. I mean, if you don't experiment, fishing never goes any further than it is. It just stays. We'd all be back where, like, chilling fishing with a rock. So if you don't experiment, you're never going to know. And that's what I enjoy about fishing. There's a bit of experimentation. So we get this rig baited up and we lash it out. A lot of times my rigs, they come back looking like a kitten's been playing with it, I have to say. But you know, some of them don't, and they work fantastic. So if you're not in, you can't win. Isn't that the way it is? That's the way it is. You know, one lugworm, right, each hook. I don't feel the reason for big baits for small fish. If they're there, they'll find it regardless. This is a size 1 Bimo circle. It's about the size of a size 2.0. It's a very small 2.0 in some patterns anyway, but yeah, the flounder here are quite big, so they'll have no problem getting that in. And when there are plays here as well, they're also quite big on that rare occasion, so that we'll have no trouble there. The other ones, the other rigs got size 1s on it, they're a little bit smaller, so we're covering the spread here. And if a cod comes along, that will take care of the coddling as well. So you have to cover the spread, in my opinion, for where you're fishing. And so just a couple of squid tentacles, if that's what they have a mind for. If they're in here feeding on cephalopods or whatever, if that's what they have a mind on, that's what they might be focused on, so might help the situation a little bit. Normally I'd use a big bait to keep small fish off a bait. When I'm fishing for small fish, I'll just use small baits because I'm not trying to exclude them. So yeah, up to the relay clip, back down to the lead. So let's see what happens. See if the kittens are out there tonight to mess with my baits. So on top of everything else, I'm trying to improve my casting. I can see that my left hand is acting as if it's wielding an axe rather than a fishing rod. So I'm trying to rectify that by getting my left hand up higher. There's something I'm going to try and do today. And to try and help me do this, I'm going to focus on this rod. I'm just going to do the South African cast. And then when I roll the video back later, I'll be able to see the differences between the two, you know. So well, that was a bit ropey. It was. That was a bit ropey, that was. Yeah, crossed the lines, forgot to lift my hands up. Yeah, complete nightmare. What else we get here at this time of the year is brown crabs. Big edibles. And like, when I say big, I mean huge. 40 centimeters across the top of the shell and stuff like that. They eat the hooks off everything, except when I use hairs and stuff like that, because they're focused on the bait and they're not chewing on the fishing line. So That's a great thing. That's another reason why I use them here as well, is because the crabs can't chew the hooks off. And so we're fishing low to high today. It's high tide 7 o'clock tonight. Well, actually 20 past 7. And we got a bite. We got a bite on that rod there that's bouncing up and down like. Nice. So we'll let him sit for a while. And yeah, looks like it's going to be a good day. It's not even dark and they're already on the bite. Or even getting dark and they're already on the bite. It's going to be nice. Like it. Well, I think it might be either a very good flatfish or one of these damn crabs. Maybe it's a crab and a dab. I like crab and dab shots. What have we got? Damn. And a fish? And a fish. A crab and a flounder. Yes! Not a crab and a dab, but a crab and a flounder. So, it seems like the rig worked. This is the new pulley one down. It hardly rolls off the tongue, but it seems to work anyway. So, we got this nuisance here sorted out first. Come here, nuisance. I'm going to keep this fish, so get him off the hook there. Back in the sea for thee. Oh, splush. So it would appear that we got a fish on this one as well. Right now, on the right hand rod too, so I'm going to give him some time. I'm going to get the other rod baited up and cast out. So if there's anybody new to the channel and you're watching, this is one of the ways I like to fish, is with circle hooks and hairs, because it damages less fish when it's flatfish anyway, and rays and sharks and stuff. The reason why I do it this way is because circle hooks don't work that well with the bait above the hook, but they work extremely well with the bait below the hook. So in actual fact, it's actually adapted from the South African methods, and also carp anglers also use hairs as well. So it's not my idea, but adapting it for flatfish and this type of thing, that's definitely my thing. And this bait clip on the end, that's all my creation there. It took a couple of years to come up with it, but it works extremely well. I mean, if you're into flatfish and all the rest of it and you fish for them regularly with J hooks, you'll know how it goes normally with them. And seriously, I think I've only killed a couple of fish by accident in a few years now. So it's definitely the way forward as concerning fish conservation anyway, especially flatfish and sharks and all the rest of it. This is the one for the South African cast, this rod, so I'm going to try and keep my hands higher, see if I can get this to work a little bit better for me. Yeah. Boom. That went a long way. Wasn't such a great cast, but still went a long way. We got fish on both rods. It's great. Yeah. So I'm going to bring them in now. Let's see what we got. It's the right rod. Or sorry, left rod. Yeah, we're in. Oh yeah. We got a dab. Yes. Tasty, tasty. So there's my dab friend. Dabs always give such a great bite. And there's the hook, right in this face where it always should be, instead of in his neck. This is over the size limit, but I want to make sure it's over my size limit. My size limit is 25. And it's swelling to 27, so no problem. Yeah, it's actually 28. So, yeah, dinner time. So, there's a bit of a side wind, so yeah, I'm just going to do a South African cast again. I'm going to try and keep my hands up. It won't go so far enough. So the other one's been marinating for quite a while. So we give him a look, see what's going on. The wind's really picked up now, unfortunately. Oh yes. Another double with a crab, I'd say. Flounder and a crab, or a crab and a dab, as I like to say. If it is just a flatfish, oh, it was a crab and he came off. Anyway, maybe we still got the flatfish on. Feels like he's still there anyway. Ooh, yeah, it's a dab, I'd say, by the way he's scrapping. Yep, nice one too, look at that. Yoo-hoo. Dindins. So he's coming with me. So I got a bite on the left rod. There's no point in showing you because the wind's blowing quite hard right now, as you can see with the cloth. It's a bit hard to see. So, trust me, there's a fish on there. Take my word for it, it's there. Alright. So, I'm going to pull in the left rod now and we'll see if there's a wee fishy on it. And if there is, we're going to whack him. No, we're not. If he's undersized, he's going to put him back. Under my size to them, it's not theirs. There's something on here anyway. At this time of the year, like I explained, we have these stupid bloody crabs and make my life misery, because I always think I got a great fish. It's always the same, it's just a great big crab. There's a fish on there too. 2 crabs. Damn. Two. How unlucky can you be? Look at him there. What a pain in the bum. See it, look, he's got the hair in his face there. Bloody nuisance, these jokes. Yeah. Before he gets me. Now, no crabs harmed. Now, a few years back, he would have been chewing on the mono with his little knives and forks, teeth he has in there. They can do a lot of damage, but they can't seem to bite through the braid. And even with a pair of scissors, you know, it could be difficult to cut braid, so it works really well for me. And I can keep my 30-pound fluorocarbon leaders. That's what you want. Baited up, ready to go. So what I was trying, it doesn't seem to be working, so it's going to take the brakes off a little bit. I have to think about this, how to correct this problem with my casting, but anyway, let's give it a shot. Well, it certainly went very far anyway. Wow. So I had a pretty good bite on the right rod, so I'm going to give it a pull in now and see if there's anything on it. Yeah. Really nice one. Another dab. There he is there. Lovely. And the hook. Yeah. You guessed it. Really good hook hold as well. So I got this guy Ikiji made and into the bucket. Yeah. So the crack is, right, while I was baiting up that rod, the other rod had a bite on it, so there's another dab on that as well. I could tell because it looked like a great white. And for some reason, dabs have just got the best bites in the world. So I'm going to lash this one out. I'm going to watch this one a bit more and see how we get on. Yeah. So just a pendulum cast now. Bam. Is there any better feeling in the world of being on a lovely beach and you're into the fish as well? It's just the best. So I'm going to get the lefty to heave ho now. Take him in, see what's on it. Double shot. Ooh. Let's do a job on this fella. This one's coming with me. So I got our friend here unhooked. None the worse for wear. Now if he swims to fight another day. I mean, they are circle hooks, they're not miracle hooks. They will deep hook a fish every now and again, but not nearly as bad as a J hook though. One down paddle, no. The new one down pulley rolls off the tongue, that one. Seems to be working great. It's not tangling, it's unclipping. And most importantly, it's catching fish. That's all you want in a rig really, isn't it? You're gonna bite on the other rod, just saw at the corner of my eye. There you go, look at that stuff. So we're going to get this one baited up again, lash it out. By the time I finish doing that one, I'm going to bring in that one. Yes, a fish, a chuck. I've only had two with blank hooks on it. So I'm just going to keep the distance the same, because that's where the fish are, and after all, that's what we're doing, fish. Yeah. Loads of action. Who cares if I can't catch a fish? That's what matters. It's an hour to high water and both rods are just dancing up and down every cast. I just put out the right one and it's bouncing up and down crazy now as well. If you can see it or not, say you can. Yeah, you can. Woo, look at him go. It's one of these damn dabs. These big dabs. So I'm going to take in the left rod now. They've been hopping up and down for a while, so time to give them the old heave ho. Otherwise they think I've forgotten them. You know what I mean? And nobody likes to be ignored, do they? No. up nice and close. Oh. You got some crab action, I think. These crab fight really well. There's a crab in a dam! Damn! That felt really good. You can see why it was confusing, right? Nice. So little teeny tiny baits is definitely the way to go for flatfish anyway. It's their job to find food, so they're pretty good at it. Otherwise, you know, they wouldn't be around if they could only find large lumps of food. And also, they're only small animals, you know. So they have a great deal of trouble trying to get something big into their mouths, you know. Oh, casting time. Give him a good lash this time. Those brakes on a little bit more, the wind's picking up. Nice. Whoop. I think I got it sorted, this thing. That time I did anyway. Kept my hand nice and high. So we get some more fish. So I'm going to take in the right hand rod. It was hammering up and down for a while, and it is now as well. So we take it in. It's got to be on the hook by now anyway. More dabs. Oh lordy, crabs as well. It's probably a fish and a crab, so that's why it feels like a big fish. Yeah, it was a crab and a fish. How right I was. A crab and two fish. Excellent. Yes. Well, that would explain a lot. Shall we throw this one back? He's only a wee fella. There you go. That is legal limit, but he's going back. Like I said, it's not my legal limit. Excellent. Surprisingly enough, I got another bite on the left rod. There you go. Yeah. Good stuff, Mr. Baby. Yeah. So we bring him in a little bit. I need a rest. Yeah. Hard going. It's terrible catching all these fish. Oh, we're nearly at high water now. Let's see. Nearly at high water. 10 minutes to go. Then the tide will stop. And I wonder will the bite stop? Well, we'll find out. Oh, that unclipped. Oops. Still went really far though. So, let's see what's on the right rod. And then we'll have a couple of more casts and we'll hit the bricks. Because we're at the top of the tide now, the bites have stopped. As much as I would like to stay and fish some more, I can't. So, whatever. So, this is the last rod, the left rod. It's been a cracking day, I've had a great time. Caught a lot of fish. So we bring in the last rod and we'll head on our way home. And there's a giant crab on it. Which is off now, thank God. Anyway. So that was a great session. 6 stabs, 1 flounder. There's a 3 went back, 2 or 3 went back. So I'm Billy. This is Billy catching dabs during the daylight for a change. Thanks for watching. And remember, I'll see you on the beach. Bye.